Okay, it's a nice rainy day here in St. Louis. It's a good day to sit down at the vise and tie up a fly. Today I'd like to tie a pattern. It's called the $3 dip. It's a pattern that's very similar to the serendipity. I recently ran across this pattern in the Missouri Trout Fishermen Association newsletter. Apparently they tie up a number of these and they fish it at Bennett Springs and do very well. I'm going to tie it today in a size 16. This is a size 16 scud hook. Let me put that a little better in the vise there. Okay, for thread, I'm going to be tying it today using a unit thread. This is a Dun Olive and 8/0. I'm going to start the thread right behind the bead. We'll try to lock the bead in place, then advance the thread down the shank of the hook. Clip it off so we can get that tag in under the thread. Come on down then, down around the shank. Okay, we'll come back up behind the bead. And we're going to tie in here our ribbing material. The ribbing material today is going to be some ultra wire, and this is in silver. Make 3 or 4 or 5 wraps. Then we can pull our, whoa, we pulled it out. Let's do it again. And we'll pull it back so it's under the thread. As I wrap the thread down the shank, I'm going to try to pull this wire underneath the shank as much as I can. Found when I make that first wrap of wire to form the ribbing that it seems to wrap a lot easier. Okay, now we'll come back down and lay a base of thread on the shank. We're going to try to lay a taper. This will give our pattern a little bit more of a realistic look. Now I'm tying this in an olive dun, but this pattern can be tied in any number of colors. I especially like red and black. Okay, this is tied in a size 16 hook. This can also be tied in a hook size 14 down to a 20. Okay, let's go just maybe one more time down here. Now you can also use 6/0 thread, which will help build up this taper a little faster. But I like to keep it small. I like to keep it in the 8/0 range. Okay, I'm going to put a 1/2 inch in here to hold it in place. Okay, then I'm going to bring my wire forward. Yeah, come on here. Space that a little bit more evenly. Okay, then we'll tie it off. And helicopter it off. Okay, I'm going to put in another 1/2 inch. Okay, for the wing bud, I'm going to be using some good old Missouri deer hair. Need just a few pieces of hair, not very much. Obviously, the smaller the fly, the less deer hair that you need. Don't have to worry about evening off the tips because we're going to cut those off. Again, we'll turn it around and the tips face forward. Okay, I've got maybe 20, 25 pieces of hair. Okay, I'm going to tie that in on top of the shank of the hook. Put a little pinch wrap in here to make sure it stays on top. Okay, then I'm going to wind through the tips of the deer hair back to the bead. This will help secure that in place. Okay, I'll pull this hair forward. And I'm going to clip it off. Okay, we'll clean it up a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to clip it off about half, or about the length, half the shank length. Okay. Okay, we'll put in another half hitch to hold it in place. And I'm going to try to clean it up just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to put a collar on the fly, and it will also serve a little bit as a hot spot. For the collar, I'm going to be using some green or olive ice dubbing. Don't need very much. And then I can whip finish. Yeah, let's do that again. Okay, again, we'll clean it up just a little bit. Okay, and there we have the $3 dip.